This episode of Distraction is sponsored by Landmark College, offering 360-degree support for students with learning disabilities, ADHD, and ASD. Learn more at lcdistraction.org. Landmark College. We teach differently.
Just like you get a personal trainer at the gym, you want a financial advisor if you don't understand finances. Someone with ADD can't remember to pay their credit card bill maybe on the 22nd of the month, when they have another one due 5 days later.
Hello, this is Dr. Ned Hallowell, and welcome to the podcast Distraction. Today we have indeed a very, very special episode, a groundbreaking episode in my opinion. Not only because our special guest is my own son, Jack Hallowell, but also because we're going to jump into a topic that I don't believe has been addressed anywhere else, and it is a topic of tremendous relevance and need in the world of ADHD, namely the domain of money, the domain of financial planning. For those of you who have ADHD, you know what an incredible problem financial planning is. You know how much of a hornet's nest financial planning is. I can tell you, speaking personally, it has plagued me my whole life. Going back to college when I had problems bouncing checks right and left, trying to balance a checkbook was all but impossible. I let the bank do it for me, which led me to have overdraft notices more times than I can remember. The whole issue just struck terror in my heart, and so I dealt with it by avoiding it. And then as I got older and I needed to come to terms with it, I couldn't. And as I got out of medical school and into internship and residency, when I began to have money, and I tried to work with financial planners, and they embarrassed me. When they would deal with me, I could just see they were laughing at me, and so I avoided them, and so the topic just became worse and worse. And then as I got into working with people who had ADD, I saw how worse the problem could become, and many of my patients never paid their taxes. They were way behind with credit card debt, just amassing tremendous debts. And so as a specialist in ADD, both in my own life and in the life of almost every one of my patients and clients, I realized that it was a huge problem, but there wasn't a person to refer them to. There wasn't a specialist in the world of financial planning and budgeting and that I could refer them to who understood the problems around ADHD. These experts just would laugh at them. They would laugh at them or lecture them or say, you know, what a loser you are under their breath. They would look at them contemptuously. They would look at them as if, you know, they just lacked discipline or they were stupid. And you know, these people were anything but stupid. And what they needed was someone who could understand them and give them the kind of help that could help them get out of the hole they were in, and then give them the kind of financial security they needed, because financial security makes a tremendous difference in a person's life. So, as luck would have it, my son Jack majored in entrepreneurialism and business at Elon College, and then when he graduated, he got a job with New York Life, and he's now a financial planner. And he and I decided to offer a service helping people who have ADD learn how to manage their individual finances, with Jack offering the service in such a way that they won't feel ashamed. Instead, they'll feel understood. So, Jack, welcome to Distraction, and welcome to this wonderfully exciting adventure that we're going to get into together.
Well, thank you so much for having me on here. I'm really excited that we get to do this, because I mean, you're absolutely right. This is a crucial problem that people, not just people with ADD, but everyone really needs to have at least some sort of knowledge and skill in. And for people with ADD, you're also exactly right in that the biggest problem is they tend to avoid it because of all these things that they don't understand and the way that it doesn't work quite as fluidly as you'd want, and there's so many moving pieces. And, us with ADD, when things get a little bit too scattered, tends to kind of throw us off a bit and discourage us. And so I want to bring it back a little bit. When I talk about financial planning, I'm talking about a comprehensive kind of plan that will leverage the money that you're making throughout your lifetime and that you can use later in life so that you can enjoy not only the life where you're working, but then your life after you retire and enjoy your life in retirement and passing on to your children as your legacy. I'm someone who's grown up with ADD. I've known it since a very, very young age. And I've had my struggles with financial planning before I even knew what it was. And so when I started to go and get my education and learn more about it, I saw more and more how, proper financial planning could actually benefit and actually improve from the benefits that I get from having ADD and ADHD. And so the behaviors that I've learned from learning about financial planning have actually made me more of a more well-rounded person.
So you took seriously solving the problem.
I found a particular niche in this industry where I saw a place that I could capitalize and do well in. Right. And it's really, you have to look at it as it's another service. Just like you get a personal trainer at the gym, you want a financial advisor if you don't understand finances. Mm-hmm. Someone with ADD can't remember to pay their credit card bill maybe on the 22nd of the month, mm-hmm. When they have another one due 5 days later, and could use that extra mind to tell them, how to budget out and when certain bills are due, and then take it beyond that, help them plan for their children's education, help them secure that income that they're going to want in retirement. But what it really comes down to is, when you feel confident in your financial plan, your entire personality and attitude just heightens so much.
Oh, and you're so true, Jack. I mean, my patients, are just plagued by anxiety and fear, and every single day worried, oh, I can't make this payment, what's going to happen to me? And these are high-achieving people, and yet they're brought to their knees by these insecurities and worries.
It's absolutely true. And so if you can think about that that final result, that confidence that it builds, they're very small behaviors. And once you master them, then you can really start to build on that and create a life that you're creating instead of having your scenario or your situation create your life.
Now I'd like to talk about our newest sponsor. I'm very, very proud that we're being sponsored by Landmark College, from whom I have an honorary degree. Landmark College is the best in the business at helping kids who learn differently, kids who are college ready but need those study skills, learning skills, organizational skills that most kids who have ADHD, dyslexia, what have you, have trouble acquiring, but they need to get through in order to get the degree they might want. Landmark College can craft an educational experience that meets their needs. It's very flexible and able to customize what each student needs. If you're such a student or know such a student, go to lcdistraction.org. That's lcdistraction.org. So we're going to offer a service that, first of all, we understand the issue, and we're going to bring the service with no shame. There's going to be no judgment, no shame. And we're going to say, we understand what it's like to have ADD. And so you, Jack, will be there saying, okay, we know you need simple structures and someone to help you with a budget, someone to help you with a set of reminders, not shaming reminders, not
absolutely
ridiculing reminders, but reminders that are regular and probably repetitive, so you won't slip through the cracks.
It doesn't have to be like you said. It doesn't have to be somebody snipping at your back. It doesn't have to be a constant ruler on the desk being like, "Hey, what are you doing? You got to do this way." It's more of reminders and somebody who can guide you through that extra accountability.
Right. Yeah. But you don't want to do it with shame. I remember I had a financial advisor, and he didn't mean to do this, but I knew he was ridiculing me. I knew he thought I was a joke, and I picked up on that, and so I basically quit. Because I didn't want to be shamed every time I saw him. I could just tell he was laughing inside. And so the service that we'll provide, we won't do that because we don't think these people are jokes. But at the same time, we know they need help.
Well, exactly. And we understand what it's like to be people who can't just easily adapt to the lifestyle of a perfect financial plan. And to be honest, there's no such thing as a perfect financial plan because every single one is so personalized. You need an advisor who can understand what you go through, how you feel, how you act, how you react, and how, money can affect you.
Well, you as an individual.
You as an individual. And when you share those traits, because a lot of them are shared through the commonalities between ADD and ADHD and other learning disabilities. It's all these things that I know that people who have ADD are impulsive and can be big spenders and can see only in the short term. And I was very much like that myself and still am to a great extent. Yet I've been taught and learned many effective strategies around that can, I can still be myself and I still don't feel like I'm being pestered, yet I can still follow an effective and successful financial plan. People with ADD are not lost causes by any means.
Oh, no, and you've learned that from me. Yeah,
and I've learned that from you. I've learned it from me. I've learned it from many family members.
Right.
It's not that they're lost causes like so many traditional financial planners will tell you or advisors will tell you that you're going to be an overspender, you're not going to be able to save properly, you've got to do X, Y, and Z, or you're not going to do it right. And a lot of the time, that's not the case when talking about the ADD.
Yeah, when we're adding in the knowledge of the ADD and the vulnerabilities that imposes, will have that added insight and as well as sympathy. So it's not just insight. We feel a personal we love these people.
Exactly, and that's why we want to run the service in cooperation with the Hallowell Center.
People with ADD, they don't come to this because they're too anxious, and we can bring them in, get past their anxiety.
Absolutely. We want to make a very welcoming, a very understanding, non-judgmental, and most of all, simple and doable plans.
Yeah.
I want to prevent people from taking the terrible route, which is going onto Google and trying to figure out things online, doing things online that are completely unsecured and unverified. I want to provide an environment where you can come in and speak in a way that is very understandable, that everyone can feel accepted, and they will know exactly what they have to do in order to have a efficient financial plan.
I really wish I'd met you when I was 30 years old. So if they want to reach out to you and to our service, how should they do that?
You can always email me, jhallowell@ft.newyorklife.com. My cell phone number is 339-234-0000. 0556. If anybody does want to sit down and learn a little bit more information, have free consultation, and see what their options are, please do not hesitate to reach out.
Jack, I love it. Honestly, as someone who's been in the field of working with people with ADD for an awful long time, this is the biggest unmet need I know of. There just is not anyone out there doing it. And pretty much everyone who comes to see me with ADHD is looking for a financial advisor. And from something as simple as someone to help them set up a budget to something as complicated as helping them get tax relief and credit card relief and tuition debt relief and big estate planning problems and lawsuits within the family, that all could have been avoided. That they've been putting off dealing with these issues, and we're really offering a unique service, and that's why I'm so excited to essentially launch it with this this podcast. This is a real treat for me to join my son Jack in offering a unique and really, really desperately needed service. Well, this is Dr. Ned Hallowell for Distraction. It's been wonderful being with you today, and we'll look forward to seeing you next time. Please rate and review Distraction on Apple Podcasts. Please take a moment and go there now while you're thinking about it. Rate the show and leave us a review. We truly appreciate your help in making the podcast a success. If you're not a fan of the Distraction Facebook page, you are missing out. We are giving away a set of my books on our Facebook page that includes Driven to Distraction, Delivered from Distraction, and Married to Distraction. And I will, of course, sign the books for the winner. So go to our Facebook page, like it, and tag a friend in the comments of the pinned giveaway post for your chance to win. And remember to reach out with your questions, comments, and show ideas. We love getting your emails and voicemails. Our email address is connect@distractionpodcast.com, and our phone number is 844-55-CONNECT. That's 844-55-CONNECT. Distraction is produced by Collisions, the podcast division of CRN International. Collisions, podcasts for curious people. Our sound engineer is Scott Person, a genius indeed. Our music theme was created by Mark Berman, and our producer is the absolutely glorious Sarah Curtin.